Njalo mbukeli sengiyelesine sengisosikhathi selibhola Eswatini. My name is Patizwe Msibi. You're going to be with me for the next hour lapho khona sibe sikhuluma ngalo lehlelo sikhuluma khona la ngendzaba libhola letenteka naleti tawendeka star coverage nje themba ingcombe namuhla mbukeli sitawube sikhulumisa kubuka kwesiphela ibhola sayibuyile, you know, masayibuyile ibhola we have to talk about it and it deserves the hour lelithola njalo kuyit one of the most followed football in the world and of course in the country. But just to give you a lowdown, kusinamhla sabe sikhuluma ngani. Sikhuluma ngayo i-MTN Premier League launch elebeyendeka lapha ka MTN lapho khona apparently no changes in the sponsorship. It's just the 18 million for the 3 years. Like show it's 6 million ngeminyaka mase utasinika ukuthi kushona lokho ke yeah, he's gonna break it down for us. Could see in the past 6 years, should see that will be the improvement go prize money, and then we're gonna hear Makino speak. Just in case you didn't catch it, without for the chance to go for what's ngabe batsiteni bona bo minister utsiteni yena chairman wayo Premier League utsiteni yena CEO wayo MTN ngale mali labayifakile khona la eBoleni. And then we're going to talk about the supporters. We're going to talk about that incident, that infamous incident right now le endekile lapha Sunday. But ke kahle kahle ngeke sibe sibuka yona phesesta besibona nje ukuthi the fans are back. The first week sibona lokwendekako, but the other stadiums everything was going according to plan. Numbers, why do we see fewer numbers in the stadium? Because we did assume, in fact, as a matter of fact, good say my fans are excited participants very much impressive. We're gonna look at the logo master logo and then lastly we're gonna touch on a preview I know for sure right now because there are two huge games. Babane Swallows will be playing Grunmamba and we got Manzinondras who will be playing Babane Highlanders. Two of the biggest game ugule fixture lena ngiyoke la ngole stabe siwakhulumisa nawo among other fixtures of course ngezwavalele apparently lamanye ama games njalo kunawo amqoka njengawo onke, but without wasting any time I'm with Linda Master Dlamini because 6 million which was 6 million last season we're seeing it again, and I hear that it will happen for the next 3 years.
Yeah, ngibingelele Patizwe ngitfollow kulunguvusela wona malwel viewers. Yes, uteka yona Patizwe 6 million wa both
Premier League and
First Division. Lokusho even this year ngendeka kube nema teams la ngekathola lutho ku Premier League badlalile from number 6 8 kuya pass. See, for the club bosses, kunebulukhuni la tawudibana nawo because kurana more especially kule tikhasileti labanye batabangcono ngalothi ama fans abuyile batawuzama losi babooster but namhlanje kulonjwa yona le league lensha isizini lensha 2021 2022 khona emahlalo ekhukhwini house lengicaba ukuthi njoba sengishilo ukuthi for some club bosses mining lama disadvantages for them, but if ukhona ukuthi uwine noma ube top 4 more especially nangabe uwinile noma uwine in the first round ngicama ukuthi wane advantage iyafanana ne last year.
Yeah, nothing much lapho in terms of but ke basatha i-break down sibona ukuthi mhlambe khona into kushintsha mhlambe batawuncisha from top 5 baqala top 5 bendele ukuthi number 1 athole momani njalo ukusihlala esikhala, but ke of course Fabrice and Nile inda master bebalapha endasi emahlelo ekhukhwini house lapho khona bekusuke sukumiswa khona lensebe ngalokho semthethweni usilungiselena ngombiko ke Fabrice mayilana nako lokulontsha kwalena league.
We are here at Eswatini MTN headquarters where the main event was the launch of the 2021-2022 MTN Premier League season. The title sponsor MTN together with the Premier League, they have announced that the new sponsorship of this season is going to equal 6 million emalangeni for both the Premier League and the National First Division. Different guests were part of the event. Most importantly, the Minister for Sports, Haris Matebulunga, who encouraged supporters to not condemn violence. The minister went on to highlight that football has the potential of bringing peace, whatever kind of peace that is needed in the country. The National Football Association President Peter Simelane highlighted that the recent performance of the national team, Sihlangu Semnikati, is the good results of the the consistent and the positive results of the Premier League. He went on to say that if this season is the best, it's going to be also the best for the national team, Sihlangu Semnikati. In simple words, the Premier League of Eswatini chairman Mark Carmichael was just thanking the title sponsor for once again putting in this huge injection of amount of money to support local football. MTN Eswatini Chief Executive Officer Wandile Mjari also highlighted that he is thanking His Majesty's government for once again allowing supporters, as this also will bring back to their investment they have been putting in for quite some time now. The two main companies, being MTN Eswatini and the Premier League of Eswatini, went on to sign the contract that will endorse and will ensure that the season indeed goes accordingly. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera with Linda Dlamini, Zuluini.
Fabrice, just giving you a lowdown of it's more of a and we're going to show you in detail. So he gave you the highlights of whatever was happening in Matlele Cooking House. Le Master was alongside Fabrice. From the vibe, I'm sure the teams are happy, even the Premier League, to still have the sponsor around.
Yeah, kulukhuni phathizwe more especially ukuthi sichamuka esikhathini sabo COVID lapho ema companies inqumbi beka strugglisha including nawo lama teams nabaphathi bawo ibhola labanye bebaholela abadlali ema games kude so ngicabanga ukuthi dindzaba leti mnanzi lo ukuthi MTN solo unabo lengicabanga ukuthi I believe MTN uthola more than bamvu bebhola. That's my own analysis.
Yeah.
But having said that, ngicabanga ukuthi bamvu bebhola ba grateful for the partnership because not so many companies lafuna ukuthi yes kude ebholeni.
They are grateful. Are they satisfied though?
Even though ngeke bazibasho because nangikunika lifethi ngiyabeyisa ngunika lifethi ulambile ngeke usho ukuthi uyatisa ngifuna ne drink uthi ungiphale lifethi ngidawo nathemanti it's fine ngiyabonga ngidawubambisa but ngicabanga ukuthi njengoba ngisho ukuthi mhlambe lokunye ngeke bakhona ukusho but lokuthi MTN uthi mbanzakanyile nebhola ngisesithi lesikhathi solo investor MTN ebholeni so ngicabanga ukuthi naloko asibeni grateful as bamvu bebhola sibonge kakhulu ku MTN ukuthi solo uhleli nayo ebhola.
So solo uhleli nayo I'm sure sayabona ama returns ukuthi akhona probably it gives justification to increase because I do not know my accounts are MTN. I do not know much about them, but I read somewhere that they made a profit of 1.4 billion, is it?
In fact, njoba ngisho ukuthi MTN uthola better than but asikho regular up. Nyalo nje ku introduce ukuthi na uthenga emathikiti utawathenga ngamomo. That's a lot of money because mum ya charge uyacharge mum but ngicabanga ukuthi njoba ngishilo ukuthi as much as bawathola lawo ma profits but nalabantu bebhola bayibathi lithi liBhayibheli bathi nabathela emafutha enhloko kaAaron ehlele esilevini ngicabanga ukuthi bebhola ba benefit kulawo mafutha lala silevini rather than lenhloko.
Yeah. But we're talking, Master, as Master is speaking as an analyst, I'm speaking as a journalist, a reporter and all that. So we're going to question some of the things that they go. But before you hear go to Master Utini, what I'm asking him, what Fabrice told you, let's just take the interview, see the keynote speakers of the event. What do they think of the sponsorship? Are they excited? Do they wish for more? Let's just hear from, we're going to hear from the CEO of MTN, we're going to hear from the chairman of the Premier League, we're going to hear even still from the Minister of Sports.
Mr. CEO, it is indeed with great excitement and to a certain extent a great relief that we are here this morning to mark a new chapter in the story of MTN Eswatini and local football. Given the battering that all sectors of the economy have taken over the past year and a half due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are all in agreement that the continuation of such a critical sponsorship was no longer guaranteed. And yet, here we are gathered to launch this new 6 million Emalangeni one-year partnership, which is a significant marker of MTN Eswatini's commitment to football development in Eswatini. Indeed, without an attractive and adequate sponsorship package for a local football elite stage, all our combined efforts towards football development will be in vain. The elite level is a stage where all clubs and players want to dance on. And when it is matched by an attractive reward package, the product becomes a sight to behold. It is such a reward package packed with good team and individual accolades that fires our players and teams to push themselves further, firmly fixed on becoming the best. The elite level is the bar on which many amateurs and juniors across the country have their ambitions fixed on. It is also the pot from which the national team coaches pick a majority of the stars that represent our country. Together with the national teams, the elite leagues are the window through which the rest of the world catch a glimpse of what the Eswatini football is all about. I wish to reiterate His Majesty's government's commitment to the development of football and the entire sporting industry in Eswatini. Allowing the return of supporters to stadium, despite the so ever looming threat of COVID-19, was government's recognition of the importance of the sporting industry and backing of the role that the industry can play in the country's economic recovery. We haven't stopped here, and we will continue to work hard to create an environment that is conducive for sporting development in the entire kingdom. This being the decade of action and fully cognizant of the role that sport can play in the successful realization of our shared national development goals and the sustainable development goals, government is committed to making the necessary investment, be in legislation or facilities, to fully unlock the sport's potential and bring positive, sustainable change in the kingdom. It is now my pleasure to declare the 2021-22 MTN Premier League season officially launched. God bless you and thank you.
We are really appreciating His Majesty's government and you, Honourable Minister, that we've relaxed the rules this time around, and I believe that as more and more Emaswati vaccinate and as more people are within our communities feel free to come back to the stadiums, I'm sure we're going to enjoy a very, very good season in 2021-2022. We just appeal to the Premier League of Eswatini that let us try as much as possible to invite our people to come back to the stadia. I read the newspapers this morning, and it's really, it could be a bit discouraging that we did not have that many fans for the first games. However, which is understandable. People need to then change, the mindset. They need to change the way in which they look at how safe it is to go back to the stadium. But I believe for the next few games, things are going to pick up, because we're going to try, even from MTN perspective, as well as from PLE, to invite our fans back into the stadium. So we really appreciate the changes within the COVID-19 regulations. MTN will continue, Honourable Minister, to provide products and services to Emaswati which are suitable for football lovers, which are suitable for the entire country, small businesses, bigger businesses. We provide services from voice, data. We also have services for fintech and mobile money. These are services that we are saying Emaswati, take it up. MTN is really the biggest mobile operator in the kingdom, and if you look at the extent at where we are as a company, you will see that there are opportunities for you as well to make some money and improve on your businesses going forward. We are looking forward, Minister, that whilst our fans go back to watching the football game in the stadiums, they'll be able to pay using mobile money, and this will enable them also to win some prizes and also be able to not carry around cash whilst they attend the football matches. So we're really appreciating your support, Honourable Minister, PLE, and we're looking forward to an excellent 2021-2022 season in PLE. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Somehow or the other, you know, there's some song that just kept in my mind. Kaboyelo, ay, 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 Kaboyelo. And it's not about the two teams that wear the same colors. It's about Kaboyelo, MTN. Today it's MTN's day. And for me as Premier League of Eswatini chairman, first and foremost, I must thank His Majesty's government for gracing us with the occasion to honor fans back into the stadium. But we as Premier League take it to a different dimension. We consider the fans as our customers, business partners, to improve the professionalism, to improve the quality of the football. Because for players to play without the 12th man, it compromises the competition somewhat. And I think with the realization that fans are back, even the quality, if you can see the results of the opening games, you can tell that football is going to go to a different level. For me, the mandate today, ladies and gentlemen, gubonga. And how do you behave yourself when you're coming to thank? Immediately you've got to be humble, you've got to be respectful, you've got to be grateful, you've got to be thankful. So it's not my platform today, kukuluma logneng, but merely to thank MTN. Utsi le initiative, it's not even an initiative. I think I can't even say it's a calling from a different stratosphere, but for MTN to be a partner of this wonderful sport for so many years is truly a gift from the man above. And we implore, you know, Emaswati, support this great company, great brand that has shown that no man at Katsile Tilkun. We are gonna kubeka asibambise tsile Emaswati. And it takes a lot of organization and a lot of courage. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of meetings. We sit sometimes well into the night planning how we're going to go about these games, eventualities, good or bad, how we will handle them, and most importantly, protect the image of our sponsor. And I'd like to commend my staff for that, and executive, that we are able to do it, and it becomes a given that kutodlalwa. And I'd like to assure the fans that after, you know, the continuous postponements for one reason or the other, that football is back. And I think last weekend we bear testimony to that we hosted successful games. And, you know, the positive side of what happened over the weekend, the passion is there. I'm privileged and honored as chairman of Premier League to stand here at MTN and thank you humbly and continue with what you are doing. Sibonge kakhulu.
The Minister, Mr. Harris Matsebulunga, the Chairman of the Premier League, Mike Carmichael, kanye naye President. We didn't put in the President of the Football Association, but one thing in common, they are all grateful, as you said, Master.
Kakhulu Phathiswe ngicabanga ukuthi minister loqala ukukhuluma kakhulu ngekuthi nabo bayajabula babantu bebhola ukuthi kune sponsorship in fact babantu bema sports ukuthi kune sponsorship lesingaka lesta ebholeni wasisokhuluma ke wakhutha umsindo lo lesobonile last week ebholeni washo ukuthi ibhola in fact imhlaba wonke vele ibhola iya unite bamvu unite sive wabuya ke na chairman we Premier League wakhuluma ngawo lo mshado labanawo na MTN ngicabanga ukuthi CEO MTN ukhuluma kakhulu ngekubuya kuma fans ukuthi they are grateful ukuthi uhulumende aphinza avumele ema fans abuye e-stadium because now you understand ezibamvu labathengisayo because MTN uyathengisa they need ema fans e-stadium.
Yeah, kukanjalo ke Master, the fans are back stadium, the league has been launched and the weekend ignama games lamakhulu, so everything is exciting in our local football, and of course we want to see it just getting better and more companies maybe. We do hope they'll come in on board, but also Dina MTN, who has been around for the longest of time in terms of sponsors, think upon sponsorship. So for that, we really do appreciate the effort in trying to elevate Ebola Yalapa Ekai. Kepage Master. Now we're going into the actual football. Let's call Mangai. Supporters ayabuya stadiums. First weekend, Abuil. Drama. Babana Swallows versus Royal Leopard. We're going to talk about that. Jump straight into it, Master. Before we go in, as a supporter, chairman, my supporters committee, probably Tongena Sagato Yala, in a cause vele. I mean, we didn't. It wasn't something pretty to see. Now, Master, what happened? La Pagatle Masters. Bona Sugum Sin for fans at Castle Stadium. What happened?
Kwaqala Phathiswe ngisho ukuthi nami ngingajabula ema fans nakabuya e-stadium because nami ngumuntu webhola ngiunderstand ukuthi kuyobukela i-team yakhe e-stadium kusho ukuthini, so ngicabanga ukuthi ngawajabulela wona ama fans sawubona angena kuma stadiums last weekend for ima teams lamanenge Manzini Wanderers Babana Swallows bo Royal Leopard bangena eKhathangudleni laba nje labe Wanderers nabayodlala igame yabo neSibets nabo bazama ukuthi bethe ngenombolo but ngicabanga leti nombolo tisengajabulisi because nawubuka ukuthi iPLE yakhokha ama-tickets la about 5,000 but 400 and something laba khonile ukuthi bathenge lawo ma-ticket, but ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona ke lapho kusathenga ukuthi le marketing team yakhona ka PLE because kahle asingakhohlwa because bese sekuthathekala ngathi i-product yaka MTN le no in PLE lo dlalisa lemidlalo uthi MTN mina ngifaka imali kuphela, so ngicabanga ukuthi le marketing team kumele ukuthi ibuke lokuthi ema fans atawubuya njani e-stadium.
Yeah, le mistake lenkulu Master before sifike leyo umsindo. Le mistake lenkulu engicanga sibayenda the Premier League and of course the team bacabanga ukuthi i-market yabo ukuthi la kutahamba khona le invite kuze ukuthi ifikele abantu, they still think ukuthi i-radio
no
taking more pro baye emaredweni bafike bakhulume will excite the fans ukuthi baye ema-stadium, and they are missing the aspects Facebook for instance, but they are missing the aspect yokuthi sell me the game, sell me something ukuthi kutabe kwendekani.
Phathiswe thina nawo siyawalandzela kakhulu ama-games overseas besides kwabukela ku TV but social media le ngicabanga ukuthi idlala kakhulu inzima lenkulu, but ngicabanga ukuthi siyafunza kancane angenile ama fans and kule game le eMbabane Swallows nayo i-Royal Leopard beyidlala le game. In fact this is one of the big games la khona leswabonele ukuthi over the past 8 years kube ama games la matima kakhulu, so vele emathemba bekata wenyuka because ngale magnitude yale game edlalwa ke le game and ama tackles bekamanengi kakhulu amanengi kakhulu nje ama tackles ngicabanga ukuthi kulesinye isikhathi as a referee ngiyati ukuthi Rafaela on the day showing beka one of the most experienced referee wakhona bekazama ku maintain le situation.
That looks bad.
Kakhulu frustration nangicabanga ke frustration laba khona phathizo ngokuthi naba abadlali bayaphuma kanzi because i-Royal Leopard idlala kuyisadlala isatodlala ema CAF games ngalo sibe kunala ama tackles la cishe ngathi bekafuna kuba thafanyana.
This is the one that
ngiyo ke lena le bese seyisusa umsindvo and unfortunately umdlalo solos nakende leyo tackle wawela embe wel bench le Royal Leopard wasuka umsindo.
Have you seen this before, this incident, just this? If we see two teams going at each other, have you seen it somewhere else?
Yes.
So it's something that's common in football.
Eboleni kunja.
More especially the coach is getting involved.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Eboleni kunjalo. David Moyes ngalomnye umnyaka wake wafuna kubambana nemidlali asese Everton. Nangikhumbula kahle futhi in fact ibicishe nje le drama eboleni iba khona, but angicabanga ukuthi kulesinye isikhathi akudzingi as a coach, because ngangasho ngathi as a coach uyafundziswa kuthiwa utenglisha kanjani, kumele ulead by example, ube ngibabe tonke letinvo leto ukhona lothu wena ulead ube ngilid, because now uhleli lapha in fact the coach kule technical area layer nguye lo leader because he's the head of a technical area.
But Master, look at the aspect of Silvelo. You've seen one of your player going out in a stretcher from the same player, and again they got 40 pins, and so when they got lampi kwakho, you are bound to react to that.
No, there's no excuse for doing that. In fact angamane photo official akhale ukuthi uyamharasa noma uyamtshela ukuthi abawenda umsebenzi wakhe bese ubita Rafaela niyakhuluma usho lesikhalo sakho as soon as Rafaela etela kwato kuninga leyo card umane usho kungenela indlebeni takhe because nguye umuntu lobambe lo mdlalo, but ku reacta ku emdlalini ngicabanga ukuthi that was so unprofessional.
There is the incident. And I understand they'll be in trouble from Premier League.
Yeah.
But then what happened after that? The Babanisodo's fans coming into the field of play. The incident would have, I'll say, to a leopard, and all that.
Yeah.
Granted. But the aspect in my fans from Babanisodo's getting into the field of play, Master, while he came in Quebec, kuthini logo of the whole situation?
Itinvo lethu lengamele tendeke emafans akamele ukuthi angene eKhathi Stadium noma ngabe sekunjani emafans akamele ukuthi angene.
Akangeni ngisho celebrate.
No, awangeni ngisho celebrate because in fact once umuntu understand irole yakhe egroundini ukuthi uyele ini, once emafans understand ukuthi thina kahle sibalapha kuma stands, then by understand indzawo yakho. Ngicabanga ukuthi tinvo leti labaholi balama supporters, because every team inabaholi bema supporters ukuthinga ukuthi bahlale babafundzise. In fact naba practice leti ngoma tawo, because I understand ukuthi ema fans ahlangana practice leti ngoma tawo, ahlangana ende ema braai nala kuma groups bana ama WhatsApp group bayikhuluma lenvo leyo.
But ke lokahle Master ukuthi uyakhumbula ukuthi I think emavikini laphelile sike saba na secretary we supporters committee.
Yeah, knowledge.
Bajengisa ukuthi ba committee la onke lama fans live fan. But today we have the chairman Lesavela Selanini lesita ukukhulumisana naye madlakahlakahlala elovela sehlene lesita ukukhulumisana naye nje kubuka ukuthi it's still early in the season, there are incident longalendekile tawukhona ukuthi sisheshe swakhulumise sindlule kuwe singaphindi siwabone Madlakadlaka angumukele nguvusele ehlelweni
Siyabonga phathi kumukela siyavusela kubalaleli nababukeli emakhaya.
Yeah, sitawucala nje kuva ukuthi sinimukele nibalandzeli belibhola ukuthi seniyakhona nani kungena etinkundleni nihambe nibukele imidlalo nisekele emathimeni. Ningabe ni committee mhlambe le representa wona emathimu ningathini kulelo hlangothi?
Siyabonga phathi sibulale emabhodlela Nkosi yami kuminister baka sports lababukela ibhola ka FA owabesimelane labadlala ibhola ka PLE ngoba awusolo zindvo ngesolo sathungana laba ke nalesicelo nembala ke ma road shows siwazamile awayida ke lama beauty producers sina njengoba sibonile nje isiqala isizini bese basivulele nabasabakhohla nebahehle sehlaseni wana
Nango ke niyabuya mhlambe kubuya kwenu e-stadium siyabona ukuthi kunetindlela letithite lesethhlukile le from lebet dayile phambilini ikakhulu ngendlela sekuthenga ngayo amathikiti ukuthi kumele ukhiphe lona leli card ngabe nikhanze njani leyo process yokuthenga wona lawo mathikiti ongena ebholeni
Siyabonga phathizwe kutsena kufika covid mnethu vele kwaba ngibusiness unusual yaqala impilo yafaka reverse kungireverse konke mnethu dimo letifike kahlale singathi uneshintsho kakhulu sathi nje noma ke kungibusiness unusual sesimele siyonke sipho ngalokho vele ibhola ngidawo sifana nereligion into lesandvako etihloleni tiyetilalele noma ke ku-strenuous kulama games ekuqala asikabi nengiya kakhulu because sesibathelile ukuthi kumele kwendeke more especially process yekho iphose ifana iprocess yokuthenga itikiti ngoba ngeke uthi uvutele national ID njalo ke naso naleli tikiti alutholako naso jovi le tikiti salithenga ngesikhipule siqephezalo wasithola plus nale ID so iprocess ejayelekile leqala lekujove vele emanyukamasi ukuthi nje ungavela uyekheteni ngaba nje kujwayele leyo lama pre-sale tickets ngicabanga ukuthi ezemagame progressa game 3 4 5 hayi cha ujwayele but nje ikakhulu kakhulu kulokuqala ngoba people were aware nalo they were eager to go back to the stadiums because isikhumbule ukuthi eminyakeni ophelile sibe nendlala kwaphela nje whole season abantu bangabukeli ngicabanga ukuthi going forward yes approach ama-derbies and all the stuff more especially like in Island and one draft the crowd pool over the weekend ngicabanga ngilapho la singaba nenkinga khona kancane nakhona ngoba abantu bayathi what is expected lokho abayinkinga ke kakhulu ngilama checking points lekhethe isho lejwayele ukuthi nje nangifika percentage less ajula kanka vele kutamthatha close to 15 minutes ngoba ufika kulomnye umshini okuphike nabu email nje ukubitha ukuthi ifemale usuke uthuke kakhulu kanti ngilama system kulomunye nje wethu kwavela wasinzela ukuthi kunale electronic certificate lapho efake la elicingweni baphanja yona kwase kuyamkhipha songo kuningi lokutawuba khona sisathi joyita senda nalo ungaba nje ucela ukuthi ama supporters egamini akusanje iqala nga1 ngale brand kuya12 abesadutana emagede because the screening process siyise kanganani ke nakutaba medville abantu babe-2000 lama challenges nje ngiladlala around those crowds but
ya ke Dladla nayi indzaba ke lana lethi kusizini lephelile ngicanise kudlalwe ama games onke kude ama supporters sibonene lamanye ama team lebengakavami ukuthi athi akuthiwa behavior lesizini yonke sibonile ukuthi avelile encwasini letinhle lomnyaka kepha ke nyalo isaqala isizini after so long sibona the first game iba nemsindvo lomubi lapho khona kugcina kungena wona balandzeli ekhathi enkundleni la kungakamela ukuthi ngabe sekafika khona ngabe nilikomiti niyibuka kanjani lehlangothi lelo
sibonga Nhlonhlo kahle si-executive yetihlwele FM sangena namkhathini walamateam nokuthi saqala nje saphethe indzaba yokuthi sicosha ivolume the stadium akube indzawo yomntwana akube indzawo yalongedudlwanyana akube indzawo yomlomzala akube indzawo yalode mandla akube indzawo yomlokuthakatha awutkhiphela stress kulo 90 minutes noma kulo 180 minutes setana konke kancane vele le rival labanye bayithatha ngalenye indlela yokuthi nabe German defense la team A asifani na team B kuvele bese kuba issue mbamba phela it's a game kuphela khona lapha master sasama ke ngela ngamkhathini cha football is supposed to unite people and there is life in football and after football isabhekisa ukuthi kunalo 6 days singadlali ngayo bese siyodlala nje 90 days ngalelanga lesi-7 cha bese kungcono siyabona ke kuyende ngidacela kahle phathi uyanyenyiselana tinzo lesiningi kakhulu kule game le ngoba lokwendeka lapha as much as kwasiphila out of the spirit of football ngekuthi kwaba nema-heated arguments or words kwabonakala coach wa team A umbe endani ku-player wa team B but i-behavior ma-supporters it was uncalled for invading the field of play because kuba inhlawulo enkulu kakhulu kusibuyisele emuva nako engingakusho ngengithanda kunaba kakhulu but nje sibantu lesizama ukugceba leti ndzaba leti sine kwenta ungathi kuhle lesikwendayo umsebenzi wethu ukwenta lizelese siye sive kuhlungu kakhulu more than lama-fines nako konke ngoba kukhona ama-structures la kukhulunyiswa khona le nto leti umbe babadosa endlela e-team level ebhekuyiwe nabo-DC ka-TLE but nje sine kuleli vangeli lesilishumayelayo ngoba sifise kushaya leli goli kokuthi leti hlwethu etike hlale kanye kanye noma kudlala ama-teams ama-rivals so that sitothuthukisa le bhola atosi nalomunye ayisengingayi ebholeni because seyizawuyeseni timo leti njengaleti idlondlo sisibuyisela kahle kule msebenzi yethu lesendawo sihlwela ngoba sishumayele elivangeli lekuthula
siya ku game 2 Dladla kunama-games lamakhulu lapho khona unga-expecta khona nakhona ukuthi ama-emotions aphakame uma ingahambi kahle imphumela ngoma kwenteka anything ngidakunetha nangi 2 minutes na 30 seconds Dladla ukuthi ukhude mhlambe kubo balingane bakho lapho ngoba ngabe ngiliphi icembu because ungishame nje urepresente onke lama-team lakhona la even kungakonaka usikhuluma nawe njinyalo singakhulumisi yonke ifeni ekhona thatha nangi 30 seconds Dladla ukhude phela kubalandzeli.
Ngiyabonga Ndlondlo nebakithi nakubalandzela emakhaya kungaba ukuthi icelela nje nebakithi ukuthi sesinconcothe kangaka support emadolo sishulela ukuthi mana siyobukela le bhola lesiyithandayo bese kungathambela kahle ngoba kwaba nezincabekelwane ukuthi awu siyacela ke ndathi phasa kahle nende naloko naloko ukudla ukuthi isenkingeni ye-COVID imagine a situation whereby sawugijima sendele kwanalokwa sesikuphi ku-social distance and all the stuff nako lokuthi asibeka bese kugcina kuthiwa ke awu sesiya kule level bani sikane ehlezi singasabuye siyaticelela nine vele kufane kusingiyiphi team ngoba singagcwala elijazi kuba kubuka wonke umuntu ngiyaticelela yonke i-team yakho nebakithi kuze ukuthi nemuntu longajobi athi asengimane ngijobi ngohlanganye lebholeni lengingagcina ngalo phathizwe ukuthi ulamalanga siyabona sikwendekani and ibhola ngiyona lesinika the peace of mind asuthi valela ke leyo 90 minutes yokuphumula nje njengoba awu siyabona ukuthi kunemgicomgico omkhulu lokhona lwentekayo kodwa ke sine bantu bebhola hlala sekubantu abahlekako labajabulile siyacela uSmayile amathuba ehleka sidabulile nale spirit sekumukele marisana noma bese kwendeke neliphutha lingaka umdlali lingakubocoach kumbe lingakuborafela sekumukele kodwa ebholeni ungaba ngiloko sengigcina nje iphathisi kwekuthi nje ema-games noma ngithi ukuthi awu akafani le rival nkosi yami ayimane kube yinto ekuthengisa le game kungabi ngilento yokuthi siyasizana le nkani ngoba ngiloko nje sibafisele bonke labawubukela bonke labawudlala nkosi yami an injury free weekend ubadlali bese ke tihlwele nkosi yami awu leti chuba leto timotolo tibe naloko kuqophelela saye ema-groundini ngehlukana nebake siyabonga msisi
ubonga thina Dladla master speaking like a true chairman.
Yeah, my speeches akhe ngihlale ngwalalela even nakususwa le campaign lapha e-technical center bomumva ukuthi cha wakhethwa kuba ngi-chairman ngalokufanele lokhu ngichaza kakhulu uyabeka lokuthi if kutawuchubeka nakutawendeka lo msindvo lo because i-football association yasho ukuthi isetawuhamba yonkcunkco ababemtheni nayo Premier League kuthi nasitiphethe kahle and kulandzelwa yonke lemigomo satawucelwa kubuketa ingeto tinombolo tebamvu stadium temafenze stadium but if kwenteka lokho ngicabanga ukuthi lamathuba sekancipha having said that ngicabanga ukuthi bamvu lekumele ba lead by example ngilama team officials kube ngibo lalaba lalabali uholako bese kulama fans because ema fans a reactor unakula suka akubona lapha kuwe ekhatsi ground.
I was happy nje kubona lapha master babana those players calming down their fans because they understand ukuthi kubo baba idolizer so mangidovela mina ngingithone ngingfelix and even so Manyisa I think he's showing his leadership quality there trying to calm down. I was very impressed seeing that from even the officials. They tried to handle the situation very well. We're seeing what happened, but it's a like part.
Yeah.
So the team, it's a data setting yatel. Fabrice during the launch kube inhlanhla ukuthi kuhlangane labantu labathintheka kulonke lentsaba leli and Fabrice didn't miss the opportunity master.
Yeah.
And wakhona kuthola ukuthi akhulumisane naye elokhulumela ngoma ngomphathi kuyo iRoyal Leopard Mr Frank Khurube lo thi khona labatakwenda sesivele kuyi
Kuru Patrice Msibi. This is in line with singasho ukuthi lo msindo wabakhona last weekend emkhathini kweMbawana Swallows neRoyal Leopards bese ngitfola lithuba ukuthi ngime naye. He's a very reliable man kusicazela ukuthi nakathi khona labakwendako as a team. I don't know if he was trying to say they're fixing issues within the team or they're fixing that mistake that happened. Utasicazela useceni kwami Hurube nguvusele na uthi khona ngingusako. What were you saying?
Siyabonga.
Yes, ndabambe.
Siyabonga mnakethu. Ngivusele mbukele ekhaya. Cha mhlawumbe kafishane tindzaba setikhulunyiwe. Noma ke bethiro tikhulunywa ebuzeni balolu viki. Kulandzela ukuthi khona umdlalo esisuka kuwo lalapha khona kube nemsindo lokucala khona egroundini ngaphinza lokho nanyalo silicembu basewufuna umsindo baphathi balelicembu umsindo kabawufuni so kungaba kusho ukuthi kuloko lokwendekile sithatha lithuba silicembu lokuxolisa ikakhulukati kuyo ibhola sicolise mhlambe kuye uhulumende njengoba utawukhumbula ukuthi uhulumende uzumele ukuthi singaletha wona ama supporters siyaxolisela ke silicembu bakafanele ukuthi lokube kungendeka sithi ke silicembu leRoyal Leopard lengabalabala vele kasikahlali phasi kukhona lokwentiwako kukhona lokutawukhulunywa masinyane ekuthenini silicembu sisesesiphi sinyathelo kuloko lokwendeka kamanzini.
Okay. Umbutho kulandzela Rube wotawuthi are you acknowledging ukuthi on your behalf as a team khona liphutha nalenda on that day? I don't know if you are acknowledging or if you are highlighting.
Sithi simele ema referees report nasekakhona ke sitawube sesiyasithatha sinyathelo silicembu ukuthi sesiphuma sesibhekaphi ikakhulu ngoba na ulandzela uyatfola ukuthi lo msindo ususwa ikakhulu ngithi ema officials ale club. I cannot preempt ukuthi kutawendekani but nje ngiyasho ukuthi kukhona lokwentiwako kuyasetshenziswa bekunene masinyane nje nitawova ukuthi kwendiwe.
Sibonga kakhulu sinifisa inhlanhla ku CAF Confederation siyathi ukuthi kulempela nakuphela lenyanga you have a big game.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Sibonga kakhulu ke MCB that was Frank Khurube from Royal Leopard explaining that kukhona labakwendile on that day longasikahle.
Master iyavuma Royal Leopard but basiphatha report kepha ke from what they saw because nabo bakhona phela boHuruke babona ukuthi no vele lo msindo waqala ngereaction yabo abakuphiki lo.
Yeah, in fact ngiyafisa kuvala report ya Rafaela na mesh commissioner ukuthi ingabe itawuthini because lesinye isikhathi phathizo ngiyaye ngithi mina the advantage ye TV ukuthi i-TV yona iveta exactly lokwendeka than umumvu lwabona kanye because now info now ibone kanye uyaye bese so conclude but i-TV inale advantage ukuthi na kunje siyabona ukuthi kwendeka ini kwagcina kwendeke ini so
Yeah.
so kunale advice but lo ngujabula kakhulu ukuthi yena uRube uya admita ukuthi umsindo wasuka kuphi
Ukuthi ba wrong.
eba wrong and ma actions batawathatha aloku lokwenteka.
In Latautatula cut office master, we've talked enough about that. Sister umela yona i-report kuyo i-Premier League kuva ukuthi ngabe ithini ngalesinqumo. I do hope ukuthi kutaba ne-judgment soon njengaloko kumele ku-decide ukuthi kwente kanjani. Fine, suspension and all that, bani nabani will know. The rules provide ke ukuthi makuthitwe phazamisa igame bhataliswa malini mophule ini bhataliswa malini. Kepha ke master, before sidle isikhathi kakhulu games weekend go on master tiyabuya tiyathola na futhi njalo sesikhulumile nje one of the big games leswagathile lana. I say Mbabane Highlanders and Manzini Wanderers is the second best game in the land, or second big game, the first being Highlanders and Swallows.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, awukho wrong.
Now we have Mbabane, we have the second biggest game on the second week of Guqala Kwayo league. What do we expect in a game like that? Take into consideration the past game.
Yeah. But ngicabanga ukuthi le game le ingena category A now siyabuka le category labakuyo ukhuluma ngeMbabane Highlanders. They won against Young Buffaloes, one of the strongest team lakhona ku local football. Manzini Wanderers, they lost against Isipets kanti baledile
Isipets came from behind.
They came from behind by winner game. So ngicabanga ukuthi le game lena ita iManzini Wanderers itawufuna ukuthi iti redeem against Mbabane Highlanders, yet Mbabane Highlanders ngicabanga si le winning spirit lokuthi siwina against Young Buffaloes, ngicabanga si le spirit isetulu kakhulu. So ngicabanga si itaba likhulu le game le, but nangibuka in fact nawubuka even naleti inkinga nyana leti bekhona kule viki leti khona kwaNdras kule viki
sathi usetsothiwe
titaba affecta kakhulu, but for Mbabane Highlanders ngicabanga ukuthi team spirit isetulu kakhulu for them.
Master, let me tell you something from Manzini Wanderers, that number 22 player Manzini bowler, quality bowler, number 17 Kikumbu, quality bowler kulabadlali labasha. But my biggest worry from Manzini Wanderers, from what I saw, their central pairing, the defense, it's not solid. And then you have a player go Mbabane Highlanders, Lonjanga Skali, who just visit the nets at willy-nilly. He just doesn't care about the nets.
Remember last year go central defense bekuna Jimo Moses, Tamezulu. Jimo Moses uhambile. Yes. But I think that's a beautiful goal from
well taken, yeah.
Fabrice Mopina. But defense, if defense Manzini Wanderers ngicabanga ngiyo letaba weakest link. They are facing one of the deadliest strikers ngengawabona ku Premier League 10 years so ladlala la ekhaya. So ngicabanga ukuthi lenkinga kakhulu kutaba ngileyo for iManzini Wanderers. Yes, nabo they have bo Fabrice Mopina, but nawubuka ngale ku Highland ngicabanga ukuthi batawukhona lokuthi bamcontain lena nginika iMbabane. I know ukuthi last week kungashalwa ifan yeMbabane Highlanders on Monday lathi ngabe ngibukela Thursday.
Kepha kuthi
bengitsite nginika Young Buffaloes le game le.
So now you want your pie?
Yeah. Ngisolowile but bangidlisile humble pie.
But what's a goal?
Oh yes. That's a goal. In fact Patizwe ngilama goal lesifuna ukuwabona every week lama goal lawa. Ngicabanga ukuthi isibets nje iyakhombisa
ukuthi. Look at this again. The movement. Look at that. Mthokozis. I remember complaining about him saying we have Vilap.
Exactly.
And he's letting down his bets.
Exactly. In fact ingangabe kade ayithatha le asiphakamisele sandla ukuthi uyayilida le team.
Bengihlele ucene kwebaphasi balamanye ama team when watching this game. Ngevela umunye asi if angaba serious, this is a national team player.
Ngilebesikhala ngako last season.
Exactly. Same thing. But then we continue, Master, because isikhathi asikasimeli njalo emagame usingakakhuluma ngayo. Another game after this one letawudlala Saturday ke yona, but Green Mamba will be facing Mbabane Swallows. What can you expect from that game?
I'm happy ukuthi kule game ye Green Mamba labane ngibathi mhlambe kukhona into involving against bona ngathi they lose against Vovovo. They lost against Vovovo.
They drew against Milling.
So sorry ngikhuluma Malandi, yes.
Malandi.
But with Green Mamba they drew against Milling. Milling yaqala kahle last season. Singakhohle
Vele idlale kahle nje. They had a good season
they had a good season, but with Green Mamba ngamanzi nawubuka le cream lekhona kulabadlali be Green Mamba phathizo akameli udraw nama teams la nje ka Milling. Nyalo badlala neMbabane Swallows leluzile against Royal Leopard ngicabanga ukuthi nabo yes they played bawathola ama chances they created ama chances lamanengi kakhulu so like ivamse kuba tricky ke nayo le Green Mamba nayo iMbabane Swallows but ngicabanga ukuthi iMbabane Swallows itayiwina le
convincingly, or it's going to be a tight game.
no itaba tight ngaba bo 2-1.
Will they win based on tactics, or will they win based on quality? If you look at the two coaches from both sides, quality of players or tactical?
Both teams banama quality players but ngicabanga ukuthi tactically iyona iMbabane Swallows itaba ngetulo.
Bayaqhuda balimele babekoshaya Highlanders. They are going to be playing as Sipets the Begoshaya Wanderers. Confidence is high, confidence is low. Who's taking this one?
I remember last season yona young Buffaloes yafika yashaya imvula emagoli ku Sipets but having said that iSipets njoba usho ukuthi ibuya koshaya imanzana convincingly and lamagoli labawashayile ngicabanga ukuthi if Christian Twala asemnikeni credit asemnikeni credit kakhulu kudlala ngalendlela labadlale ngayo against imanzini Wanderers ngicabanga ukuthi if batawukhona ukuthi more especially nawubuka the two goals in fact the first goal
all the goals
the first goal labalishaya outside the box against defense young Buffaloes lithanza ukuthi ibe reinforced umayidlala nema teams la dlala lebhola ngicabanga ukuthi batawukhona that's the goal le ngikhuluma
ngayo. This is quality.
If bangakhona ukuthi bashaya amagoli la kanje against young Buffaloes then they will win this one.
So you saying Sipets are favorite?
No, young Buffaloes my favorite but itabalkhuni. Yeah, ngeke ziyiwina kalula.
Buffaloes.
Yes.
So we're going to take a look at the rest of the fixtures, because we had to touch on a lot of things. And one other game, Master, I personally look forward to Rangers. They won their first game. Now they are facing Tambuti.
Yeah.
What can you expect?
Rangers. I think Rangers, but win against Monen Pirates in Kabaguti, that's big.
Yeah, it is.
For first game, go Premier League, we win against Monen Pirates. That's big. Nyalo bayadlala neThambuti, the boys are motivated. The invalid tsinga ukuthi bayine nyalo bangayikhobosi iThambuti because bawinile against Monen Pirates tsinga ukuthi bahambe ba prepare kahle bathi ukuthi bayokwendana against Thambuti ngiyabanika nalena batayiwina.
Milling Spurs, they are playing Royal Leopard.
Itaba khulu for Milling Spurs le game Royal Leopard they are proving ukuthi ba strong yes against iMbabane Swallows ngicabanga ukuthi abakhona lama chance labawanika iMbabane Swallows but with playing against iMilling Spurs a very good team le motivated ngicabanga ukuthi Royal Leopard itayiwina.
Denver Sundowns would be taking on Malandi Chiefs.
No khuluma Malandi Chiefs ngihlale ngisho ukuthi Malandi Chiefs every time nabaqala ema games league first round ngeke badlale akhambi kahle nakhona kucinga ukuthi kutibe ningana into lekumele ukuthi batulungise ngibona iDenver Sundowns iwina la.
Kelly's versus Monen Pirates.
For Monen Pirates ngicabanga ukuthi le team ngishilo even na last week ngathi bawendela phasi ama fans asemoneni bawendela phasi kakhulu but they are playing away in Thabankulu ukuthi abalukhuni ngicabanga ukuthi iThabankulu itayiwina la.
Thabankulu will win against Monen.
Yes, I guess Monen.
4-4 for Sastinios. khumbule ukuthi kuTinyosi kuna coach lo wa resign waya ku 444 bangavumelani nobuyela kuTinyosi. So I think it's a grudge match.
Kakhulu but ngiva ngathi iVovo at the moment bacoacha ngcoach lona experience and ba motivated bayiwina le game ecala 1-0 so ngibona bayiwina igame yeTinyosi.
So usho njalo master uthi iPremier League kule mphela somfo itawuhamba kanjalo uyibona kanjalo but will prepare on Monday to see ukuthi vele sekulethele ama results kubuka ukuthi ngabe khambe ngendlela lebekafise ngayo yini because asibonga isikhathi sakho.
Ukubonga mina Phathuzo mbonga wona loyal viewers lesitawubonana nawo etinkundleni tetemidlalo ngeweekend.
Yeah, we are out of time but definitely we're going to be back next week lapho khona sibe sesibuka khona ukuthi ngabe kwentekeni kulelo week khambe kanjani kutabe khamba kanjani futhi kuyo impela somfo ku ema games kepha ke mbukeli siyasibonga ukuthi bohleli nathi kuleli hora lebesolo sikhina hina kuyo enathi indzaba delibhola kunginyalo lapha emavuso makudlala yona manzi nondas na isibet besikhona and our cameras managed ukuthi ikhulumise babili bathathu balandzeli belibhola kuveta nje ukuthi ngabe bajabule kanganani ukuthi they are back in the stadium but from me Phathuzo Msibi and yena Linda Master and the whole sports crew. Good night.
It's my brother ngijabule kakhulu iWanderers team yami lese kakhulu efuthi kakhulu enhlito yami. Na ngijela nje hayi ngijabule kakhulu. It's been 2 years solo singakhona ukuyibukela siva nje ngendaba sibone emaphepheni siva nasemsakadweni ukuthi licembu libe nje. Ngicabanga sinyalo wonke umuntu awujabula ukubona team yakhe usime kanjani.
Imali bangangayitholi kahle le mali abakholi kahle lokufala le mali asingekho lokhu sesikhona sesibatawufola sibaya uhulumende ukusasivulele asivulele lebhola ibe khona ngayo le lama team aphila ngathi.
Yeah, sijabule kakhulu ukuthi siyabukela ngichaza nale vigilance ke ekubokeni into ka COVID kuhle kakhulu siyabonga.
Kano siva sijabulile malume ukuthi.
Yini lotransfer nje team yakho lesizini.
Ngicabanga ukuthi kubuya kwethu sinama support italent alishintsho kakhulu.
Ngiyabadlala ngayo.
Ngendlela performance ngicabanga ukuthi itaba enhle kakhulu.
Njani ukuthi senibuyile stadium into support amathimeni.
Sijabula kakhulu man bese sivele silambele kona.
Transfer sitala ngana nje amathimeni.
Mathime ethatha usitakala kakhulu mina kethu kakhulu letindleko lesifaka konje. Siyabonga.
Niyabuya stadium after 2 years.
Siyabuya mnazana siyabonga ukuthi simane bantu bangwane live isibuse games to khona boy team.
Siyabonga. Siyabanganani simbuyile stadium.
Jabakhulu ngathi ngalamba silonga babone ngayibona team lenkulu man. Hey ngifothe kakhulu boy team live. Ngiyabonga mna kwethu.
Number 1.
Allo.
Siyabanganani kuya stadium.
Hey baba ngijabule mbamba mina lwaza wazalibuye ngemandla tosha abantu.
Phela nje. Wazi.
Awe mahala wesele.
Kuba kanjani?
Lengakusho nje ukuthi ngijabule kakhulu ukuthi ediskini sengibuyile and nginganxusa ema supporters ngosami ukuthi asibuyeni sijoveni follow all the health precautions sibuyele and ngidawubonga na hulumende kanye nekubambisana nenhlangano lephethe libhola kangwane lokuthi basiconsider singema supporters ngokuthi siphindze futhi sibuye eLokhuzeni sekuncusa kuma supporters ngokuthi leti ngicabekelwano latibekile uhulumende nenhlangano yelibhola labatibekile ngicela ukuthi sitlanzeleni there is no life without football.